They say 3 times a charm, so let's see. Hi. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. I am T Ray, and this is another episode of Trash Talk with T Ray. This is the show where we discuss celebrity news and any other trash I find these internet streets. Now, the tunes that you briefly heard a moment ago, they're off, or it is off. My debut album, In My Feelings. It is streaming everywhere. That particular track is called You Make Me Smile. The link is below for you to download it and stream it and all that stuff. And also, I dropped some merch on my birthday. So you can go to my site. I'll leave the link below. You can buy yourself a poster, a t-shirt, a CD, or all three. I have some more merch added, but for now, that's what's in there. Anyway, also, no, we'll leave that for later. I want to discuss a few things that I found interesting in these good old streets. Now, I'm sure by now you guys have heard about Mr. Shia Labeouf. I think that's how you say his name. And if you don't know, I'll give you a brief synopsis of what happened. Shia was dating FKA Twigs, and he and she, they're no longer together. They broke up. Well, now FKA Twigs is suing him for alleged physical, emotional, and sexual abuse. She has said that he gave her STDs, he's beat her on more than one occasion, he strangled her at one point, all this other stuff. And also, when she came out with her stuff, y'all, this is pissing me off. I'm sorry, y'all. When she came out with her stuff and said what she had to say, the singer Sia, who also used to date Shia, she came out and basically backed her up. And she tweeted, "I too have been hurt emotionally by Shia, a pathological liar who conned me into an adulterous relationship claiming to be single. I believe he's very sick and have compassion for him and his victims. Just know if you love yourself, stay safe and stay away." I hope he gets some help. But if this stuff is true and if he did what he did, then I hope FKA Twigs gets some justice. And I hope that this encourages more women to speak out about, any abuse that they've endured with a guy. And maybe that'll serve as a warning, to the next woman, or at least she'll have that in the back of her mind or whatever. But unfortunately, some people don't believe shit stank, even if they smelled it. But that's a whole nother. So yeah, child, that's what's going on with Shia. And it's, I ain't even gonna say that because we only know what we see. I only know what I saw in the movie. I don't know if that really represents him. So, child, that's that. Anyway, y'all know I'm a love muffin. Shout out to B Sky. I love him. And I was perusing on his site, which is one of my favorite places to go. And your former American president, believes that he won the election and said he ain't leaving the White House. That's some white people stuff. Because if you tell me to go, I'm getting everything I got to get, and I'm out. You got to tell me but once. Honey, think I'm going to stay. You got me effed up. Anyway, Lil Wayne sold all of his masters, not just his, all of the Young Money masters to UMG, apparently, which is Universal Music Group. Now, when the story originally broke, it was said that he sold his masters for $100 million. But no, he sold all of the masters for $100 million. Now, I'll tell y'all the reason why they were willing to give him $100 million is they're going to make way more than that $100 million over the life that they own, the masters. But yeah, he sold them. And apparently he's facing federal stuff, federal gun charges and something else. And it's funny that all this is coming out now because remember, he randomly came out and said he was supporting Trump. I think he knew about those federal charges. I think Trump, this is all alleged, and this is what I think. I think he knew about the charges. I think Trump paid him to say that. And I think he said, well, if you pay me and if I do this, then you have to pardon me. Or I got to get less, whatever. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what comes out of that. But yeah. Anyway, so that's that. Real quick, I don't know if y'all heard about this either, but Tiffany Haddix, she was asked to host the pre-Grammy show, and she was asked to do it for free because apparently the pre-Grammy show is put on by a non-profit organization, and so they never pay the people that are going to host it. But she declined because she was like, she would have to pay for her own hair and makeup and, costume and all of that. And she didn't want to, so she declined it. And, people were trying to give her slack for it, but I understood where she was coming from. And apparently there was an apology made from one of the execs saying that, they would have provided for hair and makeup, but I guess in the communication originally to Tiffany Haddix, that wasn't said or that wasn't understood or whatever. But I'm not mad at her for that because I'm just not at all. I'm so sorry, I'm not. Fantasia's pregnant, so congrats to her. And they pushed, let me see. Yeah. So they pushed back the sequel to Coming to America. They pushed it back to March of 2021. It is going to stream on Amazon Prime still, which is a great thing, but they did push it back. And he's released a few pictures from it, and they look good. I mean, Eddie looks good for his age. The lady that played his wife, she looks good. Garcelle Beauvais looks good in her dress. Oh my God, man, I can't wait for this movie to come out. I swear, I feel like a little kid just anxious and excited for this to come out. But I really am. It looks really good. I've heard nothing but good stuff about it. I believe Lunel is in it. I can't wait. Of course, Arsenio Hall is back. James Earl Jones is back. And I can't wait. Real quick while I'm waiting for this to load up. If you didn't know, I have a podcast. It's called Mellow Love Pod. It's a show where we discuss all things melanin and love because we need more black love, and I got the cure. Click the link below to listen to the latest episode, and this will be the last episode of this year. I'm going to take a break, regroup for 2021. So click, listen, spread the word. Thanks. All right, so here's some good news. Dig this. Dave Chappelle has, of course, told us, if you follow him on many occasions, that he doesn't make any money from the Chappelle Show. They own, is it Comedy Central? They own the stuff to it, and he doesn't make a dime. Well, they decided to put some of the episodes on Netflix. Then he had a special, or he was somewhere performing, and he told them, hey, I don't make any money off of this. It's not right. So if y'all love me, don't go watch it. Apparently, HBO Max heard what he had to say, and they said, Dave, can we holler at you for a second? And no. Yeah, so they heard what he had to say, but they talked to him, and they will be removing the Chappelle show off of their, services by the end of the year. Um, yeah, so they're just gonna honor his request to remove it, and he also persuaded Netflix to remove it as well, which is dope on the part of Netflix because he has a couple of specials on Netflix that he exclusively did with Netflix. So I love that, even though I know it's all about business and apparently he's making them a buku amount of money, that's probably the only reason why they agreed to it. But nonetheless, they agreed to it. I love the fact that he stood up for himself and said that. He was able to tell them, hey, this is what happened over here. And that they were like, all right, we'll take it off. I love that because from the time I've been on this earth, I've never seen, a black man pull this kind of rank. So I think it's dope. I really do think it's dope. And I love that Dave Chappelle has put himself in a position where he calls the shots and people listen to him because they respect him. And he's valuable because that's, yeah. Anyway, so that's that. So, yeah, so that's that. So won't nobody be watching the Dave Chappelle show unless Dave Chappelle gets a check. And I agree. Now, here's an interesting story. And I'm getting these stories off of rollingout.com. If I didn't say that, I'm sorry. And this will probably be the last story that we cover. I don't know if y'all remember, but Khalees had did an interview. I want to say with Vlad TV. Jason Lee. It was either Vlad TV or Jason Lee. Anyway, she did an interview where she was talking about her relationship with Nas and saying that both of them were bad for each other. They were abusive for each other, And I want to say either in that interview or a follow-up interview, she also talked about how apparently she doesn't own her masters or something to that effect. So when we consume her music or when the music is out there, whatever, she doesn't get paid for it. And it has something to do with Pharrell. Allegedly. I remember that story. Well, Pharrell has recently come out and said that the way that the music industry treats creators is a crime. And that artists don't always have the lion's share of the music. Now, if you are somebody who pays attention to the music industry, which I do, I knew that already. That's not, shocking news to me. But what is funny is that he's speaking on it, even though he's one of the people that's accused of treating people like crap. So he said there's no other industry out there in the world where a startup gets off the ground and doesn't own the trademark. It just doesn't make sense. It may be legal, but it's still a crime. If a bank walks away with ownership of a company and the trademark, how much should a creator really be participating? The artist should always have the lion's share of their creation. I'm going to wrap this up and we're going to be done. I agree with what he said. However, Master P years ago laid the blueprint out for artists to be independent where they do own the lion's share or earn the lion's share of their money. He laid it out. Artists, or some artists, I'll even say the majority of the artists, don't want to take the time that Master P did to build their stuff up. They want the fast track. So a label come waving $1 in their face, more than the dollar that they got in the bank, and they run to that dollar. No matter what's on the end of that dollar, they run to it. Then when it don't go the way they want to, then they want to come back and, no, Master P showed us how to do it. That's all I'm going to say. So I agree with Pharrell, but Master P told us what to do. So anyway, I'm done now. Y'all comment below. Let me know what you think. I'm sure I'll be coming to you guys again sometime this week because stuff is just happening all over these streets. But I definitely appreciate you guys for watching. Please remember to click all the links below for the podcast, the music, the merchandise, and all of my social media stuff will be linked below. So please follow me. And I appreciate you watching. You guys have a good day, good morning, or good evening, wherever you are. And we'll do this again. I promise we will. Bye.